Absorb some local color through the magic of AM radio.
Harkens me back to my youthful, careful days on the playgrounds of Forest Park School and my gifted days.
And you're gifted, all right.
What were you gifted at?
Well, I guess I had some issues.
Detention?
There. Yeah. When my dad told me I wouldn't plan on going to Harvard anytime real soon.
You're going to have to get in touch with me. We're gonna link all the volunteers via satellite cell phone so that we can put out the message immediately, because you remember the problem we had in January. We had to have Governor Walker come in with the National Guard. It was horrible.
Steve, listen to me. Bring your own microphone because you lost this one.
Okay, Captain Ron, you've been doing this so well for the last few weeks. So go ahead and make my day.
Oh, great one with the magic pen.
Oh, boy, he wants that microphone forever, doesn't he? Now, you got to visualize this. We put a statue of Pete on this. Put him on wearing like a hard hat and flannel shirt, tool belt, snow shovel.
You mean like from the Village People?
Yeah. A couple.
Now, wait a minute here.
Good morning, Kenosha. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the all-new Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live from Studio A here at WLIP AM 1050 on your radio dial, streaming across the snowy and frigid cornfields of the Midwest, reaching out to over 50,000 homes here in the Tri-County area. Being brought to you this morning by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, Casey Family Options, and a host of other very fine local businesses. And joining me, this year's top plunger in the New Year's Day Polar Bear Plunge, the big dog himself, little Stevie Casey, joins us.
Good morning, Mr. Barter.
In our Kenosha State Trolley Barn. Who would have thought that, we're barely into this year when we started on WLIP, and that this show would be extended, for those who haven't heard, to 2 full hours.
2 hours. And you know what? I got nothing.
I knew.
I got nothing.
I understand.
How in the heck am I going to fill 2 hours?
Well, we'll have to prod you.
We'll have to see what comes up.
Peter, I understand John Perry even sending out his resume just in case something goes astray here.
I do have to say, it's
far
quite an undertaking.
Well, we missed you, Pete. Welcome
I'm
back.
back.
Far be it for us to say anything really dopey or stupid. And so I was going to say, I hope you brought your A game to the table now that we got an extra hour, but
I got nothing.
There you go.
I got nothing.
Also with us this morning, our video coordinator.
This is our 17th district alarm is going on.
Is that going on?
Oh, my goodness.
We're going to get to that.
We're going to get to that real
hang
quick
on.
because I've got bad news.
All right,
for
we'll
those
put that
people.
on hold for a second.
Channel
Welcome, Captain Run.
Yeah, Channel 14's Volunteer of the Year had his picture in the paper this morning here.
Hold it up to the microphone.
Yeah, so everybody can see it. You got, it looks like you got a number underneath that certificate.
Yeah.
Would that come from the post office? Or?
11521.
Well, Captain Ron, Volunteer of the Year. Very good. Congratulations.
And engineering, the Kenosha train wreck, rejoining us after a week of being marked absent. You were absent. We marked absent.
Was it excused?
You were excused.
Okay.
Pistol Pete
Just wanna
Surgeon
make
is
sure.
back here in full command. And I got to thank your colleague, Scott DeLabio, for filling in for you last week.
He
And
took a risk.
He took a risk. In fact, people told me there was a reported seeing him at the job center on Monday morning. So tell him we wish
As long
him well.
as it wasn't the Simmons Bridge, we're
Sorry
okay.
about it.
He did a wonderful job, Pete, but we're glad you're back.
Well, thank you.
By the way, how are we doing on the $29,000 study to hold that advisory referendum? Shall the city of Kenosha expand the free roadkill pickup season to 365 days of the year? Now, you can go to Facebook. Yeah. We got 2 hours of this. Facebook.
What's your page on Facebook?
It's Kenosha Today.
Kenosha Today.
And
that makes sense.
you'll see the
Search that.
What do you think I'm going to put? Lenny Palmer? Anyway,
it's one way of getting it done.
you can go on the Kenosha Today Facebook page and see the specially worded a referendum, and you can see our new proposed logo for the city of Kenosha. You can call us if you just take a look at it, 262-694-1050. Do we have that dead skunk thing?
The skunk got squashed, and there you are.
We can't just. This is marketing at its best. This is marketing at its
Vote
best.
yes on no in April 2015.
Yes.
Hashtag roadkill15, baby.
I got to tell you, did I miss all of this? Was this one of the Saturdays that I was gone that you started this roadkill
I think so.
thing?
We were trying to
Because
fill time without you. Yes.
All at once,
That's what we were doing.
this roadkill thing comes up. I don't know what the hell you're all talking about.
Well, everybody has referendum fever in town here.
And
so we wanted to get on board.
We took a $29,000, had a study, and came up with this. And
Hey, I got big news before we take the first call.
Okay.
Shirley didn't let us down this week.
Well, we'll see about that because
Shirley brought in cookies into the planning center.
All I see there is an empty plate. Now let's take the first call, Pete.
Okay, let's do it.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Good morning and Happy New Year, and welcome back, Pete, and welcome back, everybody. Happy New Year.
Why, Shirley, I got to tell you, you visited me at the Planning Center on 75th Street, and you brought in a plate of cookies. They were absolutely delicious.
Oh,
Shirley, my question is, there's an empty plate here. What kind of cookies? Pete and I, we're still reeling, because
Little bit.
we didn't get anything.
Now, come on, Shirley, you know better than that. But what did you think of The Office? You were very impressed,
I was
weren't you?
just going to say it is just beautiful.
Yeah, there you go. That's my wife for you. She decorates.
Hey, Shirley, to show you there's no hard feelings, we're going to do something a little different. Pete's going to play a song, just a couple seconds. If you can name the tune, we will bring you some brownies or cookies. Hand deliver them to you. Pete, all right, now, if you got to name that tune, so you here you go, Pete.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, look, give her a little
No,
bit
come
more.
on. She's going to know it from that otherwise.
I know
Come
what
on,
it is
Shirley.
already, but go
I know
ahead.
you know. Shirley should know, too. All
right, Shirley, go ahead.
What do you think?
I couldn't hear it.
I couldn't either.
Okay, give her a break.
Really? All right. Come on, Shirley. Go ahead.
Nothing.
Nothing? Come on, Shirley. Come on.
All right,
I can't
Shirley.
I'm sorry, but I can't hear I couldn't hear it.
Really?
Time's up.
All
right. Well, we'll try again next
Come on,
week.
Shirley.
Well, Shirley, I got to tell you, I got to thank you so much for the brownies and a nice
you're
visit.
welcome.
Now, I was pretty busy when you came in, as you know, but next time you come in, you're going to have a nice cup of coffee. We'll sit down and visit a little bit.
Oh,
And
great.
maybe bring in Gary from the car. I know he waited for you in the parking lot.
Yeah, I can't get over how beautiful your office
Well,
is.
thank you.
Hey,
Thank
did you see my toe tag hanging up in there?
Just, it's
I
And
was-
in the back there.
Shirley, actually, when you came in, I was working on Scott Barter's obituary. The
That was
only
like-
thing,
there's
the
a
only
committee
thing, I'm,
working out.
the only thing, the only thing I'm leaving off is the date of death.
All right, baby. Have a good week.
I couldn't get over how it's really beautiful.
Thank you, Shirley.
And Happy New Year to everybody.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah, it was a nice visit. She came in and she was actually very impressed. As was you.
I was too.
You came in Monday morning. We had a cup of coffee, and what was the first thing you said?
Where's my toe tag?
You obviously didn't decorate this, Steve.
No, your wife did a great job.
My wife
I
did a
know.
wonderful job.
And for those who haven't heard, we are now here each and every Saturday morning from 10 to noon, bringing you 2 solid hours of absolutely nothing to do about
This is the show about nothing. This is the radio version of Seinfeld. The only rules are I get to show up, have a cup of coffee, have a donut or chocolate chip cookie, and I get to talk about whatever I want to talk
Which
about.
one of us is Elaine, then?
Can you say crap?
Don't start.
I think you're George.
Hey,
Pete, you're George.
I can handle that.
Now that we got 2 hours, you're going to have to expand your horizons. We're going to, after the 11 o'clock break, we're going to have a top 10. And then from 11:30 to 12, we're going to talk some sports.
We can talk about some sports. I can do that.
Do we know anything about sports?
No, not really.
Hey, Pete,
I know that I can talk a lot about the Bears.
if we have talk about sports, do we have to wear some kind of jock straps or protective cups?
I mean, it's recommended.
It is?
Now that this is being videotaped and we're on every Wednesday on Channel 14, I actually have to wear a nice shirt every time that I come. I don't wear T-shirts anymore. Don't I look halfway decent today?
It was always videotaped. You realize
I
that.
understand that, but I never saw it. My wife said you look like a slob. She told me that, so I have to wear a nice shirt.
I'm still not on TV, so I'm very happy.
I'm going to
with
ask
that.
you how the wash went, but I got to look at the 3 lines.
Oh
Pete.
my goodness
Boy,
gracious!
My goodness. All right.
Good morning, you're on Kenosha today. Oh,
There you go. That explains
Good job,
that.
Pete.
Try this one.
Good morning, you're on Kenosha today.
Hi. I wanted to ask, when is that referendum coming up?
On the roadkill? On the roadkill, it's coming up. Hopefully, we'll get it on the this April's
The general,
Ballot.
yes, right.
Yeah.
So Roadkill 15. That's what we're
Yeah.
going for here.
What about the trolley?
one crisis at
That's
a time.
not that's not scheduled. There is no referendum scheduled at this point. You understand that the roadkill thing is just kind of a comedy bit.
Right, our attempted comedy. yes.
But, are they shooting for April for the referendum on the streetcar?
Right now, they don't have anything.
Yeah, they don't
the
have
city
anything
council
scheduled
voted
at
it
this
down,
point,
so,
yeah, so-
I don't know if it's going to be revisited. If it's going to, it will have to. We're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah, we'll talk
we got
about
through
that.
that. But hey, hang on and listen to us
But no-
because we're going to talk a little bit about.
Hey, Happy
should that
New Year!
referendum-
Thank you for the call. But before we take another
Oh,
call,
that song was Ray Stevens, The Streak.
oh,
Yeah, see, I
very
know I
good.
played enough of it for Shirley, but
Very
geez,
good.
You must be one of our more intelligent listeners.
I
We know
actually
who you
got
are.
it on the believe it or not, I actually got it on the first play.
That a boy.
See, I feel vindicated now.
All right.
Yes.
Hey, thanks for calling.
Hey, now before we
Alrighty.
take another call, I've got to disclose something very sad. Dale is missing in action.
Okay.
Dale is...
All right, we'll get to him. We'll get to him.
Okay, Dale is missing in action in Whitecap shoveling.
If you know where he is, call us 262-694-1050.
Search team is out.
Search team, dog sleds. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today. Pete?
Nope, they're gone.
That's all right. Now, as you know, last night we got a blizzard of snow. Of course, there's the pavement on 22nd Avenue is dry, and there's grass growing in Lincoln Park, but Whitecap's neighborhood was deluged with snow, of course.
3/4 of an inch, I hear.
Yeah, 3/4 of an inch
Measurable.
came. Yeah, measurable snow. And to avoid the streets being impassable out there, we mobilized the troops. Dale and I were out there at 2:30 shoveling walk, and I was distributing emergency blankets and bottles of water and this and that. Paul Vagnoni did a great job mobilizing the troops. We had over 200 people out there making sure that the residents of the Whitecaps neighborhood was safe in this horrible blizzard, because this was about as much snow as we got last January, and the alderman of the district claimed that his streets were impassable. So if you know where Dale is, he's missing in action at this point.
Probably in a bank.
We put a bolo out on him, and maybe a missing persons report as well.
And to go along with that, I'm coming down Green Bay from the north side, coming down here this morning, and I see at Danny's Cafe six huge Kenosha City snowplows
City of Kenosha,
in the
okay.
parking lot. So
Okay,
I go in
that's
there and say,
okay.
hey, guys, what's going on? He says, we were out in the Whitecaps district at 5 a.m. this morning.
Absolutely.
And they've been plowing ever since. And so since they're in the union, the mayor gave them a 12-minute coffee break.
Yeah,
and they're
absolutely.
heading back out to Kenyu until
Well, we're not
dusk.
going to let the alderman of the 17th district suffer through this snowstorm on his own. This is a blizzard. It's absolutely unacceptable that the people of Whitecaps are stranded. We're mobilizing the troops. Dale is still out there fighting the good fight, and I don't know where he is. I had to come to the show here. I had to leave him, and I just hope we all wear satellite beacons, and so we're kind of like the black box on the airlines. So we're tracking him right now. The National Guard is out there, and hopefully he's safe. And Paul, if you can help us at all, bringing in more satellite volunteers through the cell phones and that.
And people,
I love this.
have said,
I love this. Who has more
well,
fun?
you know what? The people say that we are not serious journalists, but I got to tell you something. We were the first to break the story, Steve and I, about former Alderman Ray Meisner getting caught wearing the fake badge, saying it allowed him to get into political fundraisers. We broke that story, right?
Well, he's carries a badge.
I know.
Or did
But
it at that time.
We broke the story.
Yes.
We were the first to talk about that shocking story last week about former Alderman Kevin Matheson claiming he was a citizens watchdog, and then he suddenly forgot where he misplaced his gun. And everybody knows that we are the citizens watchdogs. Little Stevie the big dog and Uncle Scotty the wiener.
Yeah, we are the watchdogs. We are the watchdogs.
And then there was the footage of soon-to-be former Alderman G. John Ruffalo walking in the municipal parking lot at the infamous school gate. We aired that. We broke that story on Channel 14.
I don't even want to comment on that. No, wait a minute. We didn't give them all fair play. We need to start the hour over. Okay, on the count of three, all of you who are recording this, push play. And at the top of the 11 o'clock hour, we're going to give you time. You'll have 5 minutes where there's a news break to flip the cassette tape over to continue recording the second hour. So we're sensitive to your recording needs, and of course, apparently people listen downtown.
Or in other parts of the you said in your district, what do you live in, the 12th?
I live in the 8th.
In the 8th, and the grass
Alderman
is growing?
Kurt Wickland. Good. There's dry pavement and the grass, and it's sunny, but apparently there's a blizzard going on in the Whitecaps neighborhood, as I'm sure we'll hear about this week, as streets are probably impassable.
In my district, what district do we live in?
The 5th district.
5th with Rocco-Lamakia.
Correct.
Yeah, the sun's shining out there, and the grasses might not be growing, but...
Well, there was unsubstantiated reports that that there were city employees actually moving the snow from 22nd Avenue out into Whitecaps.
As well they should.
That's unsubstantiated.
Good morning, you're on Kenosha today.
Hey,
Who's this?
This is Joe. I'm living in Kenosha.
Yes, okay.
Okay, you guys are just talking about the Whitecaps.
Yeah?
I live on 21st and 60th. How come you guys don't come down there and shovel?
Well, we're not a full service yet. Do you need help? We'll get down there.
Do you need help down there?
Yeah.
Who's your alderman?
Huh?
Who's your alderman?
Oh, he lives right down the street.
You don't know him personally?
Personally, no, I don't. I just moved up here to help my kid.
Oh, for heaven's
21st
sakes.
and
Okay,
60th. Where were
21st
they?
and 60th. I'm
Is that
not sure.
Juliana?
I'm not sure who that is, but listen,
It's right by Pub 22.
if you need help shoveling, we can mobilize some volunteers, but it's my understanding that It only really snowed last night in the Whitecaps neighborhood.
It snowed pretty hard here.
Oh, boy.
All right, we'll get right on it.
We'll get right on it. Thank you for the call.
I'm scared to go outside.
I wouldn't.
Wait till we get there.
Don't venture outside without help.
All right, Joe, thanks for the call.
Guys, I'm getting something on the homing beacon front here. Let's see if we can make a connection.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Nope.
Hello?
Maybe?
Hello?
Maybe? Oh, I thought we had him for a second there.
You know what? Dale is still, there's a BOLO out of him. What does BOLO stand for?
Be on the lookout.
Be on the lookout for Dale, our volunteer shoveler. We hope he's okay. And, I was out there at 2:30 in the morning with him and trying to get on top. I was distributing blankets and water and batteries. And the National Guard came to relieve me about 9 o'clock this morning. So, hey, I got a question.
That's some serious journalism
right there, man.
Can I ask one question, though? I know it's getting old, and people tell us that it's an old bit, but you know what? I still got to do it because I just love it. Every week, this is paid broadcasting. It's paid by your sponsors. And from what I understand, if you don't write the check, they take you off the air. And then bring in a couple of guys who paid a check every week, and then they're so successful they give them a second hour. So the question I have today is, oh, wonderful one,
okay, well, let you finish your thought.
Did you write the check?
Absolutely, I did, little Stevie the big dog. But we weren't prepared for this because we thought we were going to be above it all and let you read your thing. But do we have something?
I got something.
Okay,
sure.
Pete.
I have the best all-time one. Here we go.
I got to tell you, that never gets old.
You know, Pete?
Never gets old.
Lou Organi ought to play that in Music with the Stars history.
Yeah,
he's one of my favorite former aldermen.
All right.
All right.
It's very soothing.
All right, but we have a couple things. Let's take a call.
Well, the homing beacon's coming in again. See if we can make a connection. Hello?
Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Maybe?
Too much snow is in.
Speaking of batteries, who'd you give the batteries to? Not this
I
guy.
just hope that's not Dale calling for help.
I think Dale's trying to make a connection with us. Hello, Dale. Are you there? Oh, well, we're going to try to make a connection.
Unbelievable. I hope he's safe. I hope he's safe. That was a blizzard last night. It was almost 3/4 of an inch.
We were going to have you expand your horizons, and we were going to kind of
I can do
that thing. You got your
I got a brand new sponsor.
Tell Shirley the cake's good.
Oh, it's wonderful cake.
Yeah.
Shirley did a good job. Hey, we brought on a brand new sponsor. Can I go with this or
keep it close? Sure. Go ahead.
Brand new sponsor. I guess this new business was sparked on the events of Bob Johnson and former Alderman Kevin Mathewson and things like that. But anonymous package delivery now operating in Kenosha County. They will deliver any package to anyone completely anonymously. Avoid embarrassing newspaper articles, irritating court appearances, and, of course, any risk of a restraining order. Why embarrass your friends, your family, your neighbors? Hide your pettiness, your anger, your insecurities, your vindictiveness. Let anonymous package delivery do your dirty work. Why run the risk of ruining any chance for future political office? Why tarnish what little goodwill you have left? By contacting anonymous package delivery, you can continue to operate in childish ways without ruining your reputation. That's anonymous package delivery now operating in Kenosha County. They'll be the jerk, so you don't have to be.
One big damn conspiracy.
Let's take a call before I fall off the chair. Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today. What's going on here?
I don't know.
Too much snow.
I think it is interference.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's more good news, boys and girls. Tomorrow at noon, each and every Sunday, you can tune in here, WLIP AM 1050, and listen to the replay of this show. And then the special, you can hear the replays or watch the replays, the video portion on Channel 14, Tuesdays at 5 p.m., Wednesdays at 6 p.m., and Sundays at 6 p.m.
I just got a text of one of the volunteers out in the Whitecaps neighborhood. He took a picture of the Whitecaps sign, and you can barely make out the homes behind it. It's completely snow covered. We need help out there. I hope Paul is working the phones to get those volunteers out there because those roads will not remain impassable as long as I've got breath in this body.
I tell you what, that could be corrected. Good morning.
It ought to be illegal to have this much fun.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Damn it.
What's going on, Pete?
I think we're trying to make a connection out to Dale.
But
it's just not working out for us.
No, I tell you what, I hope the
well, let's make sure the line is clear. Do you want to make sure the line is clear?
Yeah, that would help.
See, we can get it through. We're just having trouble connecting.
Well,
here's try.
We can try it again.
Line 2.
Try it again.
This is Kenosha Today. This is his phone, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Because we've had 2 calls or 3 calls already.
Yeah, yeah, we're trying.
So Dale, you better
We're
put the
trying.
antenna or get up on somebody's.
Well, I just hope he's not under a big pile of
I
snow.
just hope he's not under snow.
Yeah,
I think I better read a couple sponsors.
Hi.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Hey,
Yeah.
what time does Tradio come on?
Radio.
Who is this?
This is Jeff from Racine.
Hi, Jeff. Tradio comes on at
it doesn't because we have basketball today.
it doesn't. We have basketball.
You have a question?
Why-
We can answer. We can
what-
ask her any question you want. Ask us.
What'd you want to sell?
Well, I was wondering where Patrick was.
Patrick is on Juliana.
Yeah.
He's retired. And so if you
What
got a question,
shame.
if you got
What
a question,
shame.
if you got a
We're going to really miss him.
okay, but not if you got a question, ask me. We are a full service outfitter. Ask me any question you want.
Well, I was just wondering when Tradio was coming back.
Not here. It's not coming back.
Why, thank you for the call.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And the heartwarming endorsement.
Wow.
Good morning on Kenosha today.
Nothing.
It's his phone is.
Yeah, it's something, man.
Dale, if you
I
better.
hope he didn't drop it like in a pile of salt.
Could it be?
or
Could it be
something.
we're being harassed?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let me read a couple more sponsors.
Hey, gentlemen. What's up?
Hello, you called us.
Hey, George, how are you?
What's up with you?
Well, Father Dom finally got kicked out of that shirt.
Who?
Father Dom.
What do you mean he got kicked out?
Hello.
Father Dom got kicked out of that T-shirt.
Oh, the T-shirt.
Oh, got a kick out of the T-shirt.
Oh,
got a
what
kick out of the
T-shirt I'm talking about.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
We'll make it.
He thought it was hilarious, but I told him, hey, there's too much truth behind it, though.
All right. Well, we'll write that down. Stevie, write that down. Make a memo.
I'm going to make a memo. I'll talk to Father Dom
All right.
about that.
All right. Thanks, George.
Hey, the only thing is there's only four T-shirts of its kind that are in existence.
Okay. I'll write that down, too. You got
I'll
two
write
things
that
to write
down.
down.
I'll write that down.
All right. Let's go to the next one, Pete.
Do you really want to? All right.
Good morning.
All
You're on
right.
Kenosha today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's not, yeah.
Don't take that
Okay.
number again.
I asked.
All right.
I checked.
Did you
I got another sponsor we can read.
read this? Good morning, Kenosha. If you just tuned in, this is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the Kenosha Today Weekly Report, coming to you live from Studio A here at WLIP AM 1050 on your dial. Brought to you by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, KDC Family Options, and a host of many other very fine local businesses. With us, our co-host this morning, we got us a new big dog in town, which is quite evident by the lake. Huge back surge in Lake Michigan after he did the polar bear plunge in New Year's Day. Little Stevie Casey is here in our Kenosha Today trolley barn.
Good morning, Scott. A little concerned about my friend Dale.
All right,
I
let
think
me get to the rest of them then, because there's some real concern because he's missing in
he's
action.
missing in action.
Also, our video coordinator, Channel 14's Volunteer of the Year. Picture was in the paper this morning. Captain Ron Muttersbach is here.
I will sign autographs.
Anytime your picture's in the paper and you live to tell about it, it's a good day.
Yeah.
And engineering this morning's train wreck. WLIP's go-to guy for news, weather, sports, and whatever's what's that other show you guys could do?
Lip off.
Flip
Live
off?
at 5. I get to be
Flip
back
off?
on. I haven't been on for 2 weeks.
Pistol Pete Surgeon joins our little encounter
Good
group.
morning. It's not my show, but I'm
Hey,
on that show.
I got to
That's
ask
this
you.
one.
I was thinking about this since we go
Yes,
to this
sir.
extra hour. And I want you to be honest now, Pete. What is tougher, snoozing through 1 hour of radio-free Ray or pretending to be alert for 2 hours in this nonsense?
Who says I'm pretending to be alert?
Now, I got a question for you. Did you jump in the lake on January 1st?
No. I saw this article here, and this little kid coming out here. It says 50 foolhardy souls. So I figured you were somewhere behind here.
Well, actually,
Foolhardy.
this year
I had you to be. I knew you were going to.
I didn't do it 2 years ago. My wife and I both did it, and I think we got our picture in the paper for doing it. But I got to tell you, I think everybody needs to do that once. I think we did that 2 years ago.
Yeah, last year.
Last year was canceled,
But we went down there anyway.
and
Was it canceled last year?
Yeah, because it was too
frozen.
frozen.
It was
way
all
out.
ice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I've done it once, but man, at my age, I'm afraid to freeze off the good parts.
Yeah, I got to tell you, it's quite startling.
Wait. Back the truck up here a second. What good parts are you referencing?
Hey, I got a couple.
Left arm, right arm.
For those who might have missed it, and I have no idea how or why the Kenosha Today show has been extended an hour, but it's now going to air from 10 all the way until noon. And so instead of only 1 hour of this show about nothing, you get 2 hours of
2
completely
hours.
about
and
nothing.
you know what? This is probably the worst Saturday for me to start the 2 hour thing because I got nothing.
yeah.
I got nothing.
Hey, and by the way, you can hear the replay of this radio broadcast tomorrow, Sunday at noon, right here in WIP AM 1050. And you can even find us at YouTube. Can you imagine that? You can go to this show 24/7.
So it's being recorded. It's replayed on Sunday morning. And how many times do we get to watch it on Channel 14?
Tuesdays too many. Tuesdays at 5 p.m., Wednesdays at 6 p.m., and Sundays.
Well, who would want to watch it that often?
Wait, do we get the full 2 hours on replay?
Well, we're going to try it. We get 90 minutes. So
okay. Well, with
we cut
breaks and
Stevie's part out, and we're down to 20 minutes.
What about the Sunday rebroadcast? Is that the full 2 hours?
No.
It's
Still
not?
only be
Okay,
90
so
minutes.
90.
But you know what? We have to strip away the commercials, so we're going to come close.
I got a call last Sunday from a good friend of mine, Father Bill, over at Holy Rosary Church. You know Father Bill.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about something unrelated to the radio show a little before noon, and he called me back immediately at about 12:15, and he says, "I'm listening to you on the radio." He was driving to Lake Geneva to visit friends, and he couldn't believe that we actually have this radio show, and he was actually getting a kick out of it. So,
well, that's
I
you
told
know,
him,
that's
I
one
told
more
him,
than the four of us.
I
could
got to
do.
say, with all the clergy that listen, I feel like we need to clean up our act a little bit.
Oh, I haven't got nothing to be embarrassed about. Scott's got the potty mouth.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
It's not as if we all sit around here saying crap or anything.
Do we want to go to the
Fiddlesticks,
Do we want to go to the meatloaf comment?
Well, we can talk recipes.
No, we got other things. You know.
You know what? But we really don't have anything.
Yes,
we don't have
We got all
anything
kinds-
else.
Well, you don't, but see, you're not as serious journalist as I think you are. Now
Damn it.
Now this is serious. Damn it. Oops.
Again, confession for you, young man.
okay.
All right,
Sorrow.
here's the deal. We were talking about this referendum, and you said when you were an alderman, seriously, that had the marina gone to a referendum, it would not have passed.
I don't think it would have.
Probably not. Well, I did some serious research, and maybe it shouldn't have passed because the marina cost the taxpayers $22 million. I got it all right here. $22 million to build. Had it gone for the full payments, it would have been with the interest $35 million. And then we turned around and sold it in 2003 for $1.6.
Well, that was all part of the contract to begin with. I don't think anybody, Scott, can really debate whether the success, the lakefront development was a success. For heaven's sakes.
Yeah, but $22 million for would you have a $20 million sale?
What
on?
are you talking about? I mean, that's
You gave
the
it away.
cost. That's the cost. That's what it costs to build something like
I
that.
know,
and
but
that's
you
what we
only
did.
sold it for 1.6. That's my point.
I understand all of that, but
Okay.
of course he doesn't own the infrastructure. There's a lot of details of that contract.
right, I know.
I mean, you just can't shoot out little facts and tidbits.
Well, enlighten me.
I'm trying to enlighten you. Are
don't
you really
quicker.
trying to tell me that you don't think the development on the lakefront was a positive development?
Tell me how.
Tell me how?
Yeah, tell me.
Well, we could have an empty automobile factory down there. You're trying to tell me that nobody enjoys
Well,
walking
I'm not
along the
saying
lake
that,
for
Steve.
heaven's
I'm
sake?
just-
What you could have is what you have on 52nd right now, only in front of the lake.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
That's the alternative.
That's exactly
I
right.
understand it's a big investment, but it's just because it's a lot of money doesn't mean it was a bad thing.
Right.
I think is my argument with this or the streetcar or anything else.
I'm not saying it was a bad thing. All I'm having you try to do is enlighten me on why it's a good thing. That's all. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
If you can't recognize the success of the lakefront development and you need that pointed out to you, you've really missed the boat, so to speak.
I've talked to some downtown merchants and restaurants. They don't think it helped them out over the years.
Well, there's a whole lot of problems with the downtown area.
Okay.
And there's a whole lot of problems with the way business is being conducted down there. I mean, we've got some anchor stores down there who are doing a wonderful job, but there's a lot of vacant buildings.
Okay.
There's a lot of vacant buildings. I don't think, and another thing, if back in 1988, you'd have put on a referendum whether or not we should sue Chrysler, that was a huge vote. It was a crossed government lines because it was a county board meeting and a city board meeting.
Right.
And we stood up and said we chose not to sue Chrysler.
Right.
Had we voted in that point to sue Chrysler, that would have been in court for decades. And that downtown development would have never happened, and we'd still have an empty engine plant down in the lakefront. So if you would have put that issue to referendum, that would have probably passed as well. I mean, there are certain types of development where you just have to reach beyond the initial reaction and just say, yeah, you know what, this is what we need to do.
Okay.
You know?
That's wonderful. I wasn't trying to debate the marina or not. I just wanted you to enlighten our listeners as to why you thought it was a good
Well,
idea.
I think it's a good idea because the lakefront belongs to everybody. It's a natural resource. So if it's industrial wasteland, nobody can take advantage of it. It's a good thing to happen to the community because now, and whether or not it has positive impact in business, I mean, we want to have positive impacts, don't get me wrong. But you open up that public space and you open it up for free and everybody can use it, I think is an overall good and positive thing, a good investment that comes out of
there
it.
you go.
You know, this whole thing with the referendum on the streetcar expansion or the trolley expansion, I guess I don't have any problem if it would have followed a normal timeline. This thing's been voted on over the last 2 or 3 years multiple times. Now, what's going to happen if now we can, revisit every single vote? What's going to stop a group from coming forward and saying, you guys voted on the homeless shelter on 14th Avenue, which I may not have supported, but now let's revisit it and go back and put it to a referendum and undo what we've done. That's what is being attempted here, and I'm not sure that's good government. I really don't.
If you got a question or a comment on referendums, give us a call, 262-694-1050.
I don't know. It's a tough call, Scott. But you can revisit any issue.
Okay, suppose for the moment. See, I agree with you, Steve. I think that the timeline was now, had they got these, let's say 4,000 signatures, and done this back in the summertime and presented them prior to the September 22nd vote.
It might have been different.
Oh, I think it probably would have because some aldermen would have listened. But now they've already voted in September.
Multiple times.
And now it went to a close vote. So hypothetically, let's say they come in with 10,000 signatures. This would have to be approved by the council to put it on a referendum, to my understanding, by February 1st to be in front to get
you know
it on
what?
there.
Yeah.
Honestly, they should have did it not last September. They should have did it in October of 2013.
Right,
Yes,
exactly.
okay.
That's when it would have been the moment to put it on the ballot because you would have had it in an April general with all the aldermanic races.
Well, and
it
I'm
would have
not
had
sure,
a bigger
which
impact.
leads us to a bigger question. I'm not sure what the real motivation of the group is. They're saying they want us to stop the streetcar expansion, but is there something else going on there? I'm not entirely convinced
I've
of
looked
that.
at this and done some background checks and research. It seems like it's too late. But again, can the city council, because they just voted on December 15th, 9 to 8, it's going to go through, and it's not going to be a referendum. So suppose they come up with, I don't care how many thousands of signatures, does the council have an obligation to go back and revisit
Can
this? Can they?
Can they, by law, can they re-vote on something?
For an
I'm not-
advisory.
I'm not
sure.
entirely sure. I mean, that sets a real bad precedence. And how many times can you go back and revisit issues?
I will tell you this. I don't know the rules with at the city council level, but in Congress, once a bill is voted down, you can't reintroduce the same bill in the same term. You can reword it, you
Right.
can make it do something else,
Right.
and then pass it, but you can't do the exact same thing worded the exact same way.
Right.
That could be I don't know if that counts on the city council level too, but that would be interesting.
So anyway, if you have a question or comment on referendums,
You got one in right now.
somebody.
I'm very concerned about our snow removal team out there in the Whitecaps.
Dale is missing in action.
Missing in action. I was with him at 3 o'clock this morning. He disappeared down a cul-de-sac trying to help shovel out. It was a blizzard out there. I mean, there's almost 3/4 of an inch of snow. It's horrible. It's
know.
horrible.
Well, those
and now we're going to get socked again. There's another
half-inch on the way.
There's another half-inch to accumulate. It's coming on pretty good now. Oh, the flakes are big too.
I just
They're big
opened up the
flakes.
weather window
Oh, boy.
too.
Oh boy.
See, Pete, you can do it all. Pick one that's going to listen to it.
Okay.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Yeah, this is Joe from Kenosha.
Hey, Joe, how are you?
Oh, pretty good. I think they should start doing the rebuild for the trolley and get the job done, and then start thinking about the third expansion. Do we want to go to uptown or to Carthage College?
Where do you want it to go?
I think Carthage would be a good thing, but for the merchants at uptown, it might be good to go from downtown to uptown and back.
Well, that was one of the proposed routes, to go Sheridan Road to 63rd and looping it around there. But
So, Joe, you don't have. I mean, they're saying it's an $11 million project. $8 million is coming from federal funding. So you think that's a pretty good bang for the buck?
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Okay.
I mean, what they're going to do now for the north and south by 6th Avenue and stuff, that's a done deal. So let's think about the third expansion and go from there.
How many times have you ridden the trolley in the last 2 years?
About 3.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's not set up for
moving people.
Rush hour. No, but they should do that. I'm going to talk to Ron and see if they can schedule it for people to go from the harbor side to the Metro to get their trains, and after rush hour, having people come home.
Well, let me ask you another question, Joe. How do you feel about the whole issue of them trying to get it on a referendum?
It's too late.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, who's Ron?
Ron Iwin.
Oh,
Yes,
you know him personally by first name?
Well, his name is Ron. what the hell you call him?
Well, I mean, the guy
you want to call him Bob? His name is Ron.
All right, Joe. I was just quizzing.
What
All
the-
right.
We have a great day, guys.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you. Appreciate
thank you, Joe.
He's got
Appreciate
good
the
comments.
call.
You know,
Yeah,
let's,
he does.
Let's keep positive.
Yeah.
Pete.
Yes, go ahead.
Wait, sorry. See,
I'm
alert.
way
He's
ahead of
alert.
you, man.
Oh, yeah. Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Yeah, Paulie, where are you today?
Paul,
I've been working on a new system to help out our cause. I just sent it to Pete.
I just got it.
Can you say it on the air?
No, it's a visual.
you can show the other guy.
I will show them right now.
hey, but
Yes.
Paul, does Dale have a beacon on him? Because
Well, see, that's the key word there, beacon. I got Batman on TV here. You know, they put the bat signal up in the air. I just sent to Pete a picture that we can flash into the sky
Yeah.
whenever there's an emergency, and it's going to make people without computers, without telephones, they can just look skyward.
Skyward
I
to
gotta
know that there's a
notify.
snow emergency problem.
You know,
wait a
I
minute.
have to say, Paul, Batman's really letting himself
Give
go,
me that
man.
back. So,
rough.
Stevie, hold this up to the camera so at least the people.
No, I'm not. I don't want anything to do
Oh,
with that. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah, I will.
punch
Hey,
his
Paul,
pilot
but you've
over
been
there.
up. You've been up most of the night, coordinating the
I haven't been to bed
volunteers.
yet. No, I haven't been to bed yet.
Yeah, I know that. Are you tracking the beacon that Dale's got on him? Because I lost him at about 3:30 this morning shoveling snow.
I had it until about 7:30 this morning, and all of a sudden it went dead.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, so we haven't
My
heard
goodness.
from him, so.
Well, we haven't heard from him, and that kind of surprises me.
Well, grab a couple of hours of sleep because Stevie will come back and pick you up, and you guys are headed out there.
Okay, I'll do what I can do. I'll get the water bottles ready.
Yeah,
And don't forget the J Buffet.
bring extra blankets because those people in white caps deserve every bit of our help.
You know it.
All right.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, thanks.
Bye now.
Thanks, Paul.
See, there's a concerned citizen.
There's a concerned citizen. That's right.
Let me read on Kenosha today.
Hello, gentlemen. This is Kurt Wickman, Alderman out of the 8th District.
We've heard of you.
Have you? Well, my apologies.
You're that snappy dresser.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, and then I got something I got to ask you.
It's still surreal every time I hear that. I just want to congratulate you guys on going to 2 hours. You guys certainly are entertaining, and
That's the best
good
you can
use
do.
of Mr. Giuliani's. Since he's not making use of this hour anymore, it's glad to see you go to you guys.
Hey, my question is, Kurt, I see this picture in your paper, Alderman's Breakfast Club, and you're shaking hands with somebody. And what you got on this plate? Man, this looks like it's overflowing. What's on there?
Goodies.
I mean, it's like a garbage plate times 3.
I think you're looking at the picture wrong. It was just a 2-egg omelet and some hash browns.
And lots of it.
Now, you do that, Kurt, you do that every month, right? Once a month?
Yeah, the last Saturday of every month.
Last Saturday of every month, and it's just kind of an open forum for people to come and express their concerns to their alderman.
Yeah, it's now, I think it's kind of fairly well known. It's gotten out into the general public, and this last meeting was between Christmas and New Year's. I really didn't expect attendance to be that high, and it wasn't. But I do appreciate the Kenosha News dropping by. Didn't know they were going to be there until I saw them, and it was very nice of them to cover it.
Council meeting tomorrow?
Tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow. Oh, I mean, Monday. I'm sorry.
Monday.
Hey, I'm a little slow.
Well, tomorrow's
There is one
replay
Monday.
to be tomorrow.
Yes. Is there a council meeting on Monday?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What's anything newsworthy on the agenda?
It's a pretty small agenda. It's one of the shorter ones I've ever seen.
So
then
you'll be there
I'm
for
sure
3
you'll
hours.
only be there for about 4 hours.
We'll be there for a while because we know we'll get a lot of citizens' comments.
Well, that's great. That's a great. Your breakfast club is a great way to stay in touch with people. You're doing a great job.
Well, thanks very much. And you guys are like I say, very good at what you do, too. And I just want to give you a little congratulations.
Well, Kurt, what is it that we do?
Yeah, what is it that we do? We haven't figured it out yet ourselves.
What is it that we do?
God only knows, but whatever it is.
And he not telling.
Yeah.
All right, Kurt.
All right, best wishes.
If you have a call, 262-694-1050, another...
caustic manner.
As you do that around here, you got to clean it up yourself. Pete, good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Hey.
Hey.
How you guys doing? This is Randy from Kenosha.
All right, Randy, go ahead.
Hey, listen, I don't have a question for you.
Okay.
Sorry, but I do have a comment.
Okay.
I just went downtown. I live out in Summers by the airport, and I had to do some errands.
Yeah.
And Scott, I know your show's pretty popular. Can you tell these morons that are driving too fast without their headlights on to slow down and please turn your headlights on, because this guy just sent me into the ditch earlier because he was going too fast and somebody pulled out in front of him and he went in my lane, and thank God I know how to defensively drive.
Thank God. You know, what makes you think I got the power to tell anybody driving and these dopey morons that they'll listen to me?
I'm telling them, whoever's got your radio station on right now, please, please, please slow down, because you're only going to hurt yourself or somebody else, and 5 minutes more, isn't going to hurt anything.
Hey, Randy, can we play? We have a little drop that we play for our more sophisticated listeners from Summers or Pleasant Prairie. Go ahead, Pete.
Well, I got to find it first, Scott. Yeah,
that's all right, man. I just wanted to get that out.
All right. Well, thanks for calling.
You got it.
All right, thanks.
I owe you a song, Randy.
Yeah, we owe him a song. How about another one, Pete?
Oh, you want to take another call?
Well, yeah, the lines are lit up here. He's alert.
Yeah, well, I got to pick the right number.
Good morning. You're on Kenosha today.
Hey, good morning, Uncle Scotty. Kazi here.
Yeah, Kazi.
Hey, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
To you and the gang.
Now, you're from Summers, right?
I am from Summers, but I want you to know that I am approaching and I am driving through Whitecap subdivision as we speak.
Careful there, cowboy.
And I'm on my way heading south. I'm going to head into work today and catch up on some of my stuff.
How are the roads?
But I have to say the roads look fantastic here. The guys did a phenomenal job last night.
Well, we did. Stevie and the crew.
We've still got power outages out there, so we're circulating with lanterns and batteries and things like that.
Hey, we have
but I don't see any of the rescue personnel here.
Well, that's a covert mission.
Yeah.
So they're under
special ops.
They're undercover. There's a special ops team out there.
You were in the army with me. You know what special ops is? Or snaps. Special snaps.
They're on white snowmobiles, and white bodysuits. You can't see them. They're there though.
Oh, that's what I figured. They were in white.
Hey, now, Kaz, since you're from Summers, you're one of our more sophisticated listeners. So we have this. Look, here you go. This is for you.
Nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy.
That was not the one we had in mind, but
you're not the way you wanted this one.
I said Summers, Pete.
Summers.
Sophistication.
Oh, okay, not Pleasant Prairie. My bad.
But I got to admit, there are a few people out here. I'm driving past Nash School now as we speak over here, and there, it's pretty desolate.
Well,
and the roads are really slick. So
Nash School is where
you guys are going to be extra busy today, I'm afraid.
Well, Nash School is where we're going to have the shelter set up.
Oh, okay.
For anybody who's loses heat or electricity, we're going to have people over there in tents and that, and they're on their way. They're on their way. We're not going to let those people suffer, and I'm completely on board with Alderman Bagdala. His district needs to get everything that every other district gets as well.
Well, I'm totally in agreement with that. This is a pretty sophisticated subdivision here. You got pretty nice properties over here. Yeah. So these people, they can chip in and throw in a few bucks to make this work too, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. What happens when things go astray out in Summers? You want to call us back? We're full service,
Hey, I'll definitely call you. We need the help. We'll take it.
All right. I was afraid you were going to say that. All right, guys. Talk to you later.
Hey, Thanks. Have a good one. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Boy, this is, we got 5 minutes left. And you know what? We got a whole nother hour. I hope you're not parked.
Yeah, you know what? I might have to go to the bathroom. How much time do we have at 11 o'clock?
You have CBS News, which is 4 minutes plus weather and another commercial. So you got about 5 minutes.
Okay, well, now we're going to give, and that'll be the time when all the aldermen can turn over their cassette tape, right?
Yes.
Because they're recording it.
Well, you remember back in the day, you'd be a place with background music would come to the end and say, please change cassette tape now.
Right.
So, yeah, that's what we're
Okay, well, we want to give them a chance.
Yes.
I know we're being recorded for training purposes.
I'm trying to find an appropriate song to go out to news with.
Yeah, well,
you
we
see me
should-
distracted
yeah.
over here.
Absolutely.
We could
So
try
I just-
different things.
So when we come back on, before we start discussing any topics, we're going to give everybody a chance to push play on their machine.
When we come back after the 11 o'clock break, we have our Kenosha Today, first ever Kenosha Today Top 10 list.
And I'm working on a deal with, by the way, some retailers that are going to offer a 2-for-1 2-hour tapes. So.
Hey, now when you go to the
bathroom, a lot of people out there recording.
Well, I understand, but when you go to the bathroom, don't take a magazine with you because we only got 4 minutes. You can put that Field and Stream with the guys last hour. And for those,
I'm beginning to regret this 2-hour decision.
So is a lot of people out there. Good morning, you're on Kenosha Today.
Yeah, I just wanted to call up and say good morning to you folks.
Who's this?
This is Billy out here in Lake Villa.
Hey, Billy, how are you? Is it snowing down there?
It's more rainy stuff,
What can we do for you, Billy?
Yeah, you guys getting more snow up that way?
Yeah, we're looking for some help to come into the Whitecaps neighborhood to help clean up some of the streets. It's almost a near blizzard condition out there.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Do you have a snow shovel?
They don't have a good infrastructure.
Well,
they got infrastructure. They got nobody clean.
I'd like to think it's got something to do with the representation on the city council. That's why we're.
But that's
offering
just
that.
one.
But that's one man's opinion.
They're on hiatus because the reps don't want them to go there.
That's us.
There
hiatus. They're on hiatus.
Are they
That's
in
Billy.
are they coffee shop or what?
Well, we don't know where they are. They were out there working this morning, but we have to, as citizens, being the watchdogs of the community, we have taken over pretty much.
Yeah, we are watchdogs of the community.
Yeah, 10-4 on that.
See, 10-4. What do you do for a job there, Billy? Billy Bob? What's it? What's your name?
Yeah, that's me. Billy Long in Lake Villa. I'm a little bit of everything guy. I run my own show.
Oh, what do you do?
Mainly construction stuff, a little bit of wiring and cabling, this kind of thing too.
Did you slow down this year because it's the winter?
Not yet.
No, good for you.
That's good.
I'm on the biggest job of the season right now.
Well, let me ask you a serious question. I mean, the economy went bad 4 or 5 years ago, but have things come back for you, a small business operator?
This last year I went to work for a cable company for a couple of years to just make it a little easier, on myself.
Yeah,
and I came back to doing what I did for 15 years, and it took me about a year, and it's going pretty good, I think.
You got guys working with you, or you're by yourself?
I do. When it first tanked, I had 6 guys running for me every day.
Good for
doing
you.
Different things, and it slowly went down.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I was down to me and another guy, and picking up help when I needed it.
Okay, Billy.
Now
appreciate your call. I hate
Happy
to.
New Year, guys.
Oh, you happy? Good.
Happy New Year, Billy. We got to take a break.
All right, this is news for us. Good morning, Kenosha. This is Uncle Scotty Barter, and welcome to the all-new Kenosha Today weekly report coming to you live from Studio A here at WIP AM 1050 on your radio dial. Being brought to you by the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, Casey Family Options, and a host of many other very fine local businesses. In our Kenosha Today trolley barn this morning, the big dog, little Stevie Casey, Captain Ronnie Muttersbach, and
I just got back. Wait a minute.
Pistol Pete.
I was getting coffee.
Well, geez, you know.
I was getting coffee.
But you went to the bathroom. You
I
took
went
a
to
magazine.
the bathroom. I made a phone call, and I got a cup of coffee, and now we're back on the air already.
So what we need to do, though, because people are flipping the cassette tapes over, we need to give them a second.
Okay, wait a minute.
Okay.
Now, on the count of 3, we're going to have a 3-second pause, and then everybody can turn the tape over.
You were
Ready?
wrong, Mr. Top Dog Breath. You are wrong. We recorded you in the bathroom. So this is the time that.
All right, I had to make a phone call. I had to get some coffee, and I had to go to the bathroom.
Okay, that's fine.
So
we
and all at once you
it.
start talking without me, and I hear, "Good morning, Kenosha." What the hell?
Steve, we're focused now.
What the hell's going on?
We are trying to let the people that flip the tape, and we're going to record you in the bathroom. Pete. Now, What's your
Flipping
problem?
3,
What is your problem?
2, 1. Flip.
Push play now.
Show will resume in 3, 2.
Okay, here we go, Stevie. Written in our home office on the deck at the Boathouse Pub and Eatery, this morning's top 10 category. The top 10 Kenosha Today New Year's resolutions. You make resolutions?
Absolutely.
Well, these are the top 10 Kenosha Today
I made a
New Year's
resolution never to show up here again.
And yet here we are.
We'll sign on for that.
I kind of regret the 2-hour thing because I still got nothing to talk about.
All right. Top 10 Kenosha Today New Year's resolutions. Number 10, more on-air patter about little Stevie cleaning the WLIP bathrooms while inhaling 3 donuts. Number 9, add a wacky segment about the 70,000 midgets who claim to actually ride the trolley. Number 8. Oh, I should be doing this. Sorry, Pete, I'll put this right here.
I don't think that's a politically correct statement.
What? Add a wacky segment about the 70,000 midgets who claim they actually ride the trolley?
Yeah.
Well, the city claims 70,000 people ride the trolley. I claim that they're all midgets because we don't see them. Focus. Number 8.
I think they might like to be called little people. I don't think you're very politically correct. I'm just trying to be a nice guy.
Number 9. Add a wacky segment about the 70,000 little people who claim to actually ride the trolley. You happy? Good.
Well, what do you call large people? What do you call guys like me?
Steve Casey. Number 8. Bring in Jimmy Hoffa.
I don't like the direction that the second hour is going.
Bring in.
Go get another.
Yeah, go. Bring in Jimmy Hoffa to pay off Scott's Boathouse bar tab. Number 7. Once per show, allow Mayor Bosman to tell Lenny Palmer to shove off. I'd pay money for that. Number 6. Launch a controversial campaign featuring the proper use of a snow shovel out in the 17th district. Number 5. Just in case, have Pete update his resume.
Yeah, well.
Number 4. Order Chicago Cubs and Bears playoff tickets. You on that one? Just in case?
Cubs tickets.
Cubs tickets, yeah. Number 3. More hard-hitting exposés on the corruption in obtaining permits for the tubes of super glue. Number 2. Set a date for the inaugural leak on the Kenosha Today fire hydrant at the new doggy park. And the number 1 Kenosha Today New Year's resolution. Come up with a second hour of things that have absolutely nothing to do about.
Oh, now there's a resolution. But no.
Damn conspiracy!
You know, I'm pretty sure this expansion should have went to referendum.
Oh,
the second hour of the show.
I think so. Hey, I got we got to we got to
we can do a couple sponsors later. We got an hour.
Okay, well here, I just got a text from a very confidential informant.
Yeah. Is he in jail?
Oh, listen to this. Rumor has it that one of the clowns on city council will verbally introduce a resolution to the mayor verbally on Monday night calling for a referendum on the streetcar. Then he goes on to say, interesting that Alderman Bostrom and Alderman Bagdala are on the record stating that they support a streetcar, but just don't support the current route.
Didn't we just have this discussion last hour about what they voted on December 15th? What am I missing?
Well,
here?
I guess I didn't understand that Bostrom and Bagdala did indeed support the streetcar, and now they're kind of backpedaling.
Well, they claimed on the 15th that they supported the streetcar. Yes, they got some things on that, but they didn't support that route, so they voted against putting it. That vote was to put it on a referendum.
Well, now what I think is happening is they're pandering to the citizens group, and they're going to probably introduce a resolution verbally on Monday night to call for the mayor to put it on a referendum. So they're pandering like they do normally.
Well, I'm not sure about what do you mean by pandering?
Pandering, kissing up to a group to get their
that
support.
I understand.
Yeah,
now you're talking what I understand. Pandering. You got to remember, smarter than a 5th grader. Oh, we have a special sponsor.
We have another special sponsor.
Oh, another one?
No, it's the same one, but I have so much fun reading it. I want to read it again.
All right, let me read 2 serious ones before we get to that one. You can read this second one here. I think that was lame. All you do is bring in here
you know what, I got to tell you, the whole
blank piece of
this whole second hour thing.
We're
taking this to a referendum. Who should dictate the direction of
vote
second?
Vote no on yes.
Second hour. Should it be Scott or should it be Steve?
So the roadkill is vote yes on no, and the second hour of this show is vote no on yes.
Yeah, and I'd like to reiterate the newest sponsor we have.
Okay.
That is Anonymous Package Delivery, now operating in Kenosha County, spurned out of Kevin Mathewson being caught for delivering a package to Bob Johnson's employer. Anonymous Package Delivery will deliver any package to anyone completely anonymously. Avoid embarrassing newspaper articles, irritating court appearances, and, of course, any risk of a restraining order. I can't read this anymore. I have so much fun doing
You're a serious journalist.
Why embarrass your friends, family, and neighbors? Hide your pettiness, your anger, your insecurities, your vindictiveness. Let Anonymous Package Delivery do your dirty work. Why run the risk of ruining any chance for future political office? Why tarnish what little good will you have left? By contacting anonymous package delivery, you can continue to operate in childish ways without ruining your reputation. That's anonymous package delivery. They'll be the jerk, so you don't have to be.
You know what? You know what I really love about that?
This is America.
The vein starts popping out when you can see him red.
That never
red in
gets
the
old.
forehead.
So not to get off of the fun stuff for a second, but to go back to your breaking news here.
Yes, I broke that news
about introducing this resolution, voice resolution, whatever they call it. I already can I make a prediction?
Sure.
What'll happen Monday night? So they'll introduce this, and it will probably be debated. So much for Alderman Wickland's short meeting.
Yeah, show him.
and so what will happen out of all of that is they will have probably a vote on it, right? They'll want a
if they're introducing it verbally, that means the mayor's obligated to put it on the next. I believe the next.
If it passes,
fine. Well, even on Monday or in 2 weeks, whatever it is, they will have it go to a vote where it'll be up on the screen. They will screenshot that. It'll probably fail, and they will send it all over Facebook, and they can have, here's the alderman who will not support a referendum.
Again,
that's
Pete,
what it's going to be.
Like we talked about a few weeks ago, they're Bogdalicizing this issue to create artificial life on an issue to extend it politically for personal gain. That's what Bogdalicize does. When you Bogdalicize something, I made up that word.
I would really want to know, and maybe the city attorney or somebody on Monday would have to offer an opinion on it in the meeting. I really want to know if they can vote on this thing again once they voted it down.
Well, I think there's all kinds of ramifications involved that we're not even aware of. But the bottom line is this. Either support the streetcar expansion or you don't. If you don't support the streetcar expansion, then you should have been involved a year, 2 years ago, even 6 months ago when they were voting on it. The issue is voted on. I'm not happy with it either, but I'm certainly not going to try to, revisit every vote ever taken. Where does that stop? Why doesn't somebody come forward and say, you know what, you guys voted for the homeless shelter, but I think we should reconsider it? That just doesn't make sense. It's voted on, it's done. That's all there is to it.
What if it goes to a voice vote about the second hour of this show? What do you think our chances are, Pete? That good.
Good time rock and roll next Saturday at 11 here on
Where's Giuliano?
I don't understand it. And I'm not sure I would have supported the expansion if I was still an alderman. I'm not sure I would have. I would have had to look at it and talk with some of my confidants. And
probably have to attend a meeting or two.
Yeah, I would have had to attend a meeting.
I mean, that always is helpful, right?
Yeah,
If you've got a question about anything, if you've got a New Year's resolution, give us a call, 262-694-1050. You know, the Kenosha News had this year in review. It was probably about 30 things for each of the 12 months. Our name's not mentioned in any of these.
I can't believe it.
I
can't believe it.
What kind of shoddy reporting is this?
Now,
us.
Ask me where I was at 4:45 a.m. on Friday morning.
Okay, where were you at 4:45?
Trolley barn.
Trolley barn, yeah.
I was at the Recplex.
Oh, don't tell me exercising.
Shoveling?
I was exercising.
He's shoveling, all right.
Yeah, get a load of that.
Right now.
Come on.
Yeah, I made it a mile only. And I thought I was going to croak.
And they let you actually drive your car around the track?
Yeah, I had a hell of a time getting the motorcycle up the stairs to the track.
You rent a golf cart next time.
You know, my shoulder, my fractured shoulder that I injured on Thanksgiving. You know, some days it comes back and, so I called to my orthopedic surgeon. He says, meet me in the boathouse parking lot. And the guy shows up in a red panel truck, goes by the name of Maurice. And I was telling him about my shoulder, and he starts pulling out the Vaseline and the glove, and I said, "It's my shoulder." And I said, "Where does your degree from?" He goes, "Bend over you." And am I in trouble, Steve?
Like
here?
I said, Pete, the whole direction of the second hour is debatable.
Should have really went to referendum.
You know, everybody.
Ow! Oh, my arm! It's broken.
Yeah, we have a caller, by the way.
Oh,
Scott. We did anyway.
Come on. Good morning. You're on Kenosha Today.
Yeah, I got a 2006 Ford van, and I need to know some information.
Sure, you go right ahead.
I got to tell you what. Go ahead. What's your question? I'll take this. Go ahead. What's your question?
Guys, Mike Bjorn. By the way, is this show, are both hours going to be repeated tomorrow on Sunday? I know the 1 hour is at 12 noon.
Well, we think it is.
Well, listen, there's any number of aldermen who are recording it, so if you don't listen to it tomorrow, you can probably pick up a tape from one of them.
Believe me, I know that happens. Hey, as far as a lot of things to talk about, I should mention real quick that we're up to about 4,200 votes as far as people that want the referendum to happen. I suspect by Monday it'll probably be somewhere
bouncing toward 5,000. And I completely appreciate and understand what you guys are talking about. We can't have referendums on everything. But this is an issue that is just, I've only been in town all my life, and never have I seen the public as hot on this as they are.
Okay, but Mike, they come in with let's say they come in with 6,000 signatures. What difference does it make at this point?
Several aldermen have spoke with me, and their constituents are like finally letting them know. See, the problem is this seems like a toothache. Everybody thought it was just going to go away, and they thought their aldermen would do the right thing as far as they felt that it wasn't appreciated as much as it should have been. But unfortunately, it's a lesson in civics that we all sat around too long waiting for. You mentioned the Kenosha News thing about the year 2014. Did you guys notice on the article about Violet Ricker that evidently she's responsible for bringing 40 new businesses downtown?
40?
There's a bunch of us that are running around in circles trying to find those new businesses. What are we missing?
40 businesses?
Yeah, she did. It wasn't in this listing.
It in the Kenosha News in print, so it's got to be true.
What?
40 new businesses down here.
Well, how's that working out for you?
Well, parking still seems to be fine, no problem whatsoever. and anyhow, just want to say hi and congratulations,
Mike,
and have fun with the show.
Can I ask you a question, Mike?
Sure, man, sure.
You've been down there for a long time, Kenosha boy, obviously. Hell, I knew you back in the 70s. You were my art teacher at St. Joe's, for heaven's sakes. But is
life was good then, Steve, for both of us?
Yeah, you better believe it. I feel very blessed, Mike, to be doing what I'm doing and to be successful in a small business. Yeah, but the question I have is this: is business better for you in the last couple of years than it was? 2008, the bottom fell out. Is it coming back a little bit?
No, this year business has been better for us.
Okay.
This year, and I might have mentioned it last week on the show, we've been in business 34 years, and this is absolutely our best year in business.
Hey, good for you.
I know that's something that not everybody's lucky enough to say that, but I'm a firm believer in you make your own luck.
Yeah.
And I think over-carrying merchandise that people can't necessarily find at the big box, and then they discover our prices are much better. There's this fallacy that if it's at the big box, it's going to be less money. And, of course, if you're Kohl's with all the coupons, it probably is. But as far as the rest of them, when our Argyle socks are $5 and a finer quality and much less than something else, I think people catch up on that.
Well, at least you didn't
quick.
turn this into a commercial, but
No. Steve asked, and I have to
I
tell
know.
him.
I was kidding you.
I rent a tuxedo for $200.
Here.
Get the same tuxedo for local.
Where do we,
$89.
Mike?
And
For
by
the
way,
bill
I'll
for the
see you guys
advertising.
at-
Where do I send a bill for the
4 o'clock today.
advertising? You goof.
I'm sorry, my phone's breaking up.
Yeah.
I'll see you at 4
My
o'clock.
question is, where do I send the bill for this advertising? To you or Brett?
Meet me at 4 o'clock at the Boathouse.
Okay, but the reason. Here's my opinion. Before I let you go, why you're doing so well? Because we have a director of Downtown Inc.
We do.
Or despite that, you're doing so well.
I'm sorry that new person who's been here since December 8th has still not been in our business. I guess our business is too small.
Well, he's busy visiting the other 40 new businesses.
That's right. He needs some. he needs some lead time.
You just nailed it. That's the explanation. Now I got it.
Okay. All right. See you at 4 o'clock conference.
4 o'clock. I'll bring a check.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Now, was that really in the paper that they claimed that there were 40 new businesses in downtown Kenosha?
Well, it was 40 new businesses. It wasn't necessarily in downtown Kenosha, but it was 40 new businesses that popped up in Kenosha County.
Well, what does she have to do with that? It was all it's about downtown.
Nothing to do with anything. That's his point. See, you got to focus. Being a serious journalism, part of mainstream media, you got to understand when people are telling you.
I agree with something else Mike said, too, on the referendum front. People started paying attention to this much too late. In politics in general, local politics in general, more people need to be engaged, not just when there's a hot button issue they don't like, but all the time. And then you wouldn't be doing last minute stuff.
I'm going to
like
make a prediction.
Make a prediction.
I believe that it was a 9-8 vote. They just the opposition or the referendum people need to flip one alderman to see things their way, and I believe they're going to get that, and I believe it'll go to a referendum. And that's going to be a bad precedence.
And how does the referendum turn out then?
It's going to be advisory.
Of course, it's going to be people who support. Only the very passionate go out and vote on a referendum.
Okay, that's answer his question. How do you think it's going to? Is it going to pass?
It'll fail.
Okay,
it'll fail. Now it'll be an advisory referendum, which really means nothing because it's already been advisory is just that we advise you to do this. But coming up, 2016 is an election year. People are going to get scared. I mean, I think the whole project could be in jeopardy, and unfortunately, and that would be unfortunate for government in Kenosha, I think.
Well, yeah, because like you said, one of the serious things you did say is it opens up a can of worms for Shalom Center or anything else.
Or anything else.
Yeah,
let's go back and revisit everything.
Yeah, we don't like taking
we gave Meyer Foods a permit out there to operate, but you didn't think it was going to be that big. Let's reconsider that. Let's reconsider this. Let's reconsider that. You may as well just continue to vote on everything time and time again. Just keep reconsidering it. At some point, you just have to say, this is how it happened.
Or better yet, just let us handle these tough questions. Let you, me, and Pete, and Ron.
I got to tell you, through all of this nonsense,
I thought that was a good solution.
I'm trying to be serious here. I'm not serious. I keep seeing what's going on down at City Hall, and it really does get my dander up a little bit and my blood pressure going up. Almost makes you want to run for office again.
Don't tell me. We're not going to have to hear this Casey forward, sideboard.
I know what you do. You find listen, Steve. What you do is you find a populist issue that people are angry about and collect signature. Oh wait, never mind. Never mind. That was a theory that wouldn't work at all. I was thinking about how he could get back, into elected office after he's been out for many, many years.
Well, here's the plot.
But I don't think that's a stupid idea. Nobody would try.
Pete, here's a theory. Mm-hmm. We run him for alderman, or not? Kurt Wickland's your alderman, right?
Well,
we got to keep him.
I would never run against Kurt Wickland.
But you could run for head trolley driver, something important. And we get him to win, and we lose him.
Okay,
he doesn't come here.
We find an issue people are mad about, like roadkill.
Yeah.
You collect signatures, and you plan to run for office, even though you're way past your time.
I told you.
I like that idea.
I told you long ago if I'd run for mayor, for heaven's sakes. But the only way I'd run for mayor is if it was a part-time job. I'd run on the platform. If I ran for mayor, I would run on the platform of eliminating the job.
Well, it's a political office, and
it's a political office.
It'll never fly because that would have to go to a referendum, as it did in the 50s when we went from the city manager form of government to the mayoral form of government.
See, I could see that going to a referendum, though.
It would have
to. You're changing the structure of the government.
By state law, that has to.
But what you need is some consistency at City Hall, and that's usually the city administrator from one term to the next. You need a guy on a part-time basis, the mayor, for instance. Let's say it was a part-time position, and it was 20 hours a week, where you would show up at a staff meeting and say, look, I'm at point A, get us to point B. I don't know how to get there, but you guys are the experts, the department heads and the engineers. Get me to point B. I'll be back in a week. Tell me how far we've come.
Steve, in Illinois, Northern Illinois, Arlington Heights, Skokie, Des Plaines, all of them are run by city managers.
Well, that's exactly right.
Part-time,
but this is the thing, Scott. Now you're still in an insurance and you're an investment guy.
Yeah.
Now you did run for mayor, but there are people
you had to bring that up.
Well, no, but I'm going to tell you, there are probably a lot of small business operators like myself. Mm-hmm. I run a small business. Mike Bjorn runs a small business. Bob Lee, John Camozzi, they all run small businesses where if they wanted to run for mayor, they'd have to take a leave of absence from their business. Business could be affected. Then they were elected mayor. But if it's a part-time job, then just about anybody can run for mayor, and it opens up a whole nother pool of candidates.
This is why the department heads, to include Frank Passetti as the top, highest paid individual, and they are considered civil service positions.
Right.
This is the continuity. Mayors come and go, aldermen come and go. This is the continuity that you have Carol Stinscato running the finance committee and so on and so forth. So that's your continuity. And I've had people say, well, I'm going to run this, if I get elected mayor, I'm going to run this as a business. Well, you can't. This is a political position, and politics is politics, right?
Well, you've got to, if I were a part-time mayor, I'd certainly run it as a business and allow City Hall to be run as a business, but also keeping my eye on the ball politically because I'm an elected official. There's no question about
it. Sounds like for 22 years you were a part-time alderman.
I was a
aldermen are part-time. This is the issue that's running.
Real part-time.
You pain in the neck. Did I mention I was an alderman for 22 years?
I had to bring that up. Hey, if you got a comment on that, give us a call, 262-694-1050. We're still talking about that logo that the city came up with, paid $50,000. And, people...
I'm sorry. I dozed off there,
2 hours.
Pete. I dozed off. We got 2 more hours?
No.
We do?
You got to expand your horizons. If you're going to be a serious journalist, you got to talk about more things than snow in the 17th district. Like next half hour, we're going to talk about sports.
Pete, am I really being schooled by Scott Barter?
Scott Barter's taking you to school,
Who the hell are
man.
you, Who the hell are you, Barbara Walters? Or
Come on. Come on. He got a 2-hour radio show out of the deal.
I'm just trying to yeah, right.
He doubled what some other people.
But we are going to
failed.
It's because he pays the bill.
That's true.
Now we are going to talk sports for the last half hour, and we'll see what you know, if you know anything about sports.
Oh, I don't know a little bit about everything. Do I got time for another brownie?
Have had it. They're all yours, man.
We got about a minute, or do we?
Did you try them?
I had one. Yeah.
Oh, they're pretty good.
I'm trying to. This is my New Year's resolution.
Well, she
to
called
limit,
them.
limit myself. Over
She
here.
called them chocolate chip cookies, but they're actually, I think, chocolate chip more cake.
Well, do you think it's the chocolate, like the Toll House recipe, but you put it in a pan instead of individual cookies?
This is lame.
So they're more of a brownie.
The journalist over here says it's lame.
Well, here we are. We got a half hour left. And
Okay, let's talk
talking
recipes.
about.
You know how you get the cookies fluffy? You add more flour.
Well, okay.
You take the normal recipe and add more flour and get some fluffier instead of flat.
Okay. That's good to know.
The
It
big
is
dog.
good to know.
The big dog, little fluffy Stevie. Little fluffy Stevie.
We were talking
Come on,
about
let's
this.
expand our horizons.
Yeah, we were.
Come on, Pete. Let's expand our horizons.
We were talking about this before the show. Every
Yes.
guy can have one of those more
Yeah.
Traditionally feminine
We don't want to
interests.
go there, Pete.
and for Steve, maybe it's tips on how to cook.
I
I'm
might
wrong
have
with
to.
that.
I got to go home and do some more wash.
Yeah, by the way, real quick before we go to the break, how'd that work? 5 hours a lot?
Yeah, I
5
did.
loads?
I think I did 4 loads of laundry last Saturday, and it took me, I think, 1.5 liters of Corbel brandy.
Jeez. You poured that. You took that personally, or did you pour that in the laundry? Is it for bleaching purposes or cleaning?
It's for bleaching purposes. I help out around the house best I can. Don't you help out around the house?
I'm the only guy standing in my house.
Well, there you go. Did you always help out around the house? Maybe not.
I had, well, it's been 16 years. I told you I got issues.
Oh, you got issues.
Hey, I do my own laundry.
I know a therapist that can help you.
And, yeah, so that red panel truck down there,
Yeah.
Maurice. But I had to teach myself how to
I had to
do
learn
laundry and cook.
Well, no, wait a minute. You have a photogenic memory.
That's when I got
Don't
a
you
little
have
older.
a photogenic memory?
Oh, I'll never hear the end of that. Thanks to the Kenosha News for bringing up my fuzzy photogenic memory. And
Hey.
you know what? I probably was quoted exactly because it was about 4 o'clock when they called me, and I was had been in conference for about a half hour. So
Oh, I'm sure.
I could have
I'm
probably
sure.
said that.
Listen,
Did you
I've-
leave
I've-
the bar, or did you go outside to?
I
get a
went in the
cleaner
room where
signal,
nobody
or-
was at.
I've spoken to you a few times when you've been in conference. Scott, this is Steve. What's going on? How are you? Scott, are you okay? What do you mean? I think I'm fine. And that's at 2:30 in the afternoon.
Oh, come on. You make me out to be some kind of lush and drunk.
Well, no, you're a serious journalist.
Yes.
You're a serious
Expanding
journalist.
our horizons.
I got something I got to say after the break. We're going to take a break.
And then we're going to come back with some sports.
Well, then, should I talk about it now?
What is it?
Well, I want to congratulate my apprentice funeral director. She finished her first semester of mortuary school with a straight A average.
Well, there's some
top of her class. Patty Fitchett. She's entering a second half of her life. She's was my apprentice for a number of years. Enjoyed the business. Is now going to school. So we took out a little ad in the paper on New Year's
That was
Day.
very
and,
nice.
Straight A average. I was a student at the same mortuary school. I think I got straight C- average. So she obviously takes after my wife's grades and not me. But congratulations,
I
Patty. I
heard
think
that,
that's exciting.
for her final-
It's a 53-year-old woman going back to school and starting a second career. Now be careful what you're going to say next.
I was going to say
it's going to be tastefully done,
It
right?
is. I was going to say for her thesis, she wrote, was it about 50 pages on the life and times of Scott Barter.
You wouldn't need 50 pages, I'll clue you.
With that, Pete, let's take a break. We'll be back in 1 minute.